Hello there. I'm Diane Taylor from Elevate Love, and I'm here today for the free webinar, Finding True Love, 7 Things That You Need to Know. So I'm just going to give a few minutes before I start the presentation. While you're logging in, be sure to minimize as many open boxes as you have on your screen so that you can get a better viewing experience. And thank you for being here to basically help you find your way to true love in a more effective way. So it's a few minutes before 1, so we'll give it a few more minutes to allow people time to log on before we get started. And hope everyone's having a really wonderful Sunday afternoon. And if you're watching this back after, thank you for taking the time to watch the replay. All right. So, Diane Taylor from Elevate Love, and I am an intuitive love and relationship coach. And what I do is I help people discover and unlock what's preventing them from the love that they truly desire. And today what I want to help you do is work through 7 things that might be preventing you from moving forward and really creating true love and the love that you deeply desire. So I'm going to move over now to point presentation. All right. Here we go. Okay. So finding true love, 7 things you need to know. So why do I do what I do? Why did I become a love and relationship coach? First of all, I have a 20+ year corporate career in human resources. So I have been heavily involved in helping people with their careers, with their business objectives. I did a lot of coaching and training in my corporate career. And what I really came down to when I was working with all of those different leaders and managers within the corporate world was that when people did not love in their lives, you know, they really were not able to perform to their full potential. And so a lot of the time I would work with business leaders, you know, helping them with love. And it just became a natural thing for me. But also, more than anything in my life, I wanted to create an epic love experience. I wanted a deep and meaningful, passionate love relationship. And yet, even though I wanted that more than anything, I spent the first half of my life not being successful at that. I was, you know, married 2 different times. I married my junior high school sweetheart, who I started dating when I was 14, and we had dated for 10 years and then decided to get married, and you know, that didn't work out. And then I found after my second husband, who had the same values and goals as I did. So thought, yep, I'm gonna marry him and have a family and get a home and do the things that we were all committed to. And then 10 years into that, that also failed. And then I met the love of my life, and things were hot and cold, and I almost lost him. We broke up for a 2-year period. And in that 2-year period, I really figured out how to heal what was holding me back from the love that I desired. And really did a lot of work, really figured out how to approach things differently. And the result of that was that I am now of my life, and we're working together, creating our own happily ever after. And I've never felt happier and more in love and more cherished, and just the place that I've wanted to feel for so long. I feel like I'm there, and I really want to help other people feel that, because it is as great as you can believe. And you think and you hope. Sometimes we get into this pattern where, oh, maybe that doesn't exist. Maybe that's just in movies and fairy tales. Well, let me tell you, it isn't. And if your heart desires it, then you can really get there as well. So for you today, for being here, webinar. And if you're watching it back within the first 48 hours, the thank you gift is also available to you. And so I will be talking about that later on in the call. So as we get through the content, then we'll go to the thank you gift a little bit later. So thank you very much for your time and for being here and your interest in creating love. We know that we're a part of the same tribe if all of the people here with me today are searching for or trying to create epic love in their lives. So thank you for being here. 7 things that you need to know to create the love your heart and soul desires. So most of my clients come to me from either a space of being recently gone through a breakup or had a breakup several years ago, but still have not quite been able to get over that. And that's sort of holding them back from moving forward and creating the love that they desire. I get clients that haven't been through a breakup and able to find the one. And typically that results to something that hasn't been healed from their childhood. And so we work through healing. So understand that if you have either gone through a breakup, you've gone through a divorce, something traumatic, unconsciously, that could be in your unconscious mind from your childhood, that process, and that grieving takes time, and sometimes grieving takes support. But a breakup is a loss, a process, and it needs to be processed not only in the mind, but also in the heart and the soul, so that you can really and create the love you desire. So happen with a lot of people is being alone forever, to jump faster into second or third relationships without taking the time to heal. And that was definitely my own experience. I have 0 regrets about my second marriage because I have 2 beautiful children. However, it was definitely quickly my biological clock, and I found someone that had the same values and the same sort of vision at the time that I did. And so rather than healing from my first breakup, I quickly moved into my second marriage. And so is without taking the proper time to heal, we create reoccurring patterns and reoccurring failure. So we need to take the time to heal first. So that's number 1 thing that you need to know. The thing to remember is that there's no formula for time. And you're probably saying, yeah, I just want to be in the Lord. I'm not a patient person. Trust me, I'm not either. And I fully understand that. So know that there is no time formula. I've heard that there's this formula, and you might have heard of it too. So if you were married for 10 years, you shouldn't start dating for 10 months. That's 1 month for every year. Or if you were dating someone in college for 3 years, you shouldn't start dating someone new for 3 months. So it's the for every that you dated or were married to someone, that you should wait 1 month. And that's a formula that I've heard out there. And this is bullshit. Everybody has a different healing time. And the reason is how actively are you working on your healing? Just allowing time to pass is not going to help you heal what needs to be to move forward and create the love that you desire. So until you heal what's blocked within you, relationships will continue to challenge you. So you can expedite your time. by actively working on this, or it might take you longer if you're, trying that we'll just wait, until this passes. There's no time formula. It's really much more about healing than it is about time. Number 3 is that clarity is key. In North America, we're very focused on the realms, doing and thinking, and don't really spend a lot of time in our emotional, spiritual realms and thinking about feel. So it's really good to, I'm not telling you to stop thinking, I'm not telling you to stop doing, but I'm telling you to add something extra in there, and that's about feeling. So clarity is really important. What type of partner do you want to attract? And, a lot of people work around this, and I want them to be a blonde or a brunette, and I want them to drive this kind of car, and I want them to be a homeowner, and I want them to earn this much money here, have this education level, and I want them to smell good. And there's a lot of focus on the physical or the mental. I want to have good conversations, but what is really, really critical here is that to move up, how do you want to feel in your relationship? And if I look at my last marriage, we had the same goals, we had the same objectives. He checked a lot of the boxes in terms of career and things that he wanted in life, and different things. And yes, he was tall, and yes, he was attractive. He did not make me feel loved. He did love me, yes, absolutely, but he did not make me feel loved. So something that I'd recommend to all of you is, if you have not already figured out what your love language is, that you should do that. So Dr. Gary Chapman, this is his body of work, the 5 love languages. And if you just Google the 5 love languages, you can take a complimentary quiz on his website and find out what your love language is. And that is going to help you navigate while you're dating. Does your person you're dating speak your love language, or do they have an understand? Can they comprehend what you need to feel loved? Because if you don't, if they are not able to, it's not going to be a sustainable relationship. So definitely look into the love languages there. The 4th thing that you need to know about finding true love is that there's going to be lots of people, and you probably already know this. Your mother is telling you something, and your best friend, has advice till the cows come home. And, people are around you, and they want the best for you, and they are there to support you, and they are there to love you, but they are not there to make up your mind, because their advice is based on their own needs, not your needs. So you need to ask yourself, does this work for me, or does this match what my needs or my desires are? So in my current wonderful relationship with the love of my life, if I was to take advice from friends or family members who have different needs than me, I probably would not be with him, because we're in a long distance relationship, and he meets all of my needs. Anyone else has ever met my needs. However, most of my friends require or need presence in relationships, often presence. So they would never do well in a long distance relationship. So based on their needs, they would want me to be able to see my love more often. However, presence is not one of my needs. It's more what he gives me, how he makes me feel, how he's always there to support me. That is really important to me. So take the advice from your friends, from your family, and understand that it comes from a really good place of intent, but always filter it through your own filter of what do I need and does this match my needs? Because you are a unique and divinely created human, and you don't ever forget that. Number 5 things of the 7 things that you need to know to find true love is that opposite is not always the answer. Typically what we tend to do is when we have a breakup is we look at the ex as, you know, everything we don't want. Everything about them is not, we don't want that anymore, and we go for the polar opposite. So here's an analogy for you. Let's say that your ex was the salty type, and you know, you broke up and now you don't like salty, you don't want to go anywhere near salty, so you go for sweet. And sweet feels really good, and sweet tastes really yummy and delicious, and it's so fantastic for the first little while. And your teeth start to hurt because sweet is just too much sweet. So what you really want to go for is balance, not opposites. And you should really you wouldn't have been with your ex if they didn't have some good things that you like and that you need and that you desire. So take everything that they had and put that down on a piece of paper, and then add in the things that were missing, because you don't have to have one or the other. You deserve the whole enchilada. So often we don't feel worthy enough to say that I want those things and those things. I deserve it all. We say, well, you can have one or the other. You don't have to choose. There's someone out there. You need to find the one person in the 8 billion people that are on this planet that is your one. Let me tell you that in those 8 billion people, there is someone that is the full enchilada. And second of all, you deserve the full enchilada. 5 thing you need to know is opposite full enchilada, baby. When finding that, it's really, really important to let go so that you can receive. When we have entanglements lingering from forms, those take up space, they take up energetic space. And when we have things cluttering space, it doesn't create a space to allow something new or something better to come forward. So what you need to do is eliminate those emotional, energetic, physical attachments that you have to either your ex or the experience with your ex or your past, or sometimes it's from your parents, different things growing up. We need to let those go to create space. So, you know, I've met a lot of people over the years that have separated from an ex-spouse and live in a different house and no longer are in love with that person and start dating, yet they're not legally divorced. They choose to stay legally married, some benefit to staying legally married, weighed out, or it's too much effort or too much time to actually go through the process to finalize the divorce. And that is like a ball and chain, like holding you back from true love, because that is an entanglement. So you want to really do the work to let go of that entanglement. Something, you know, a little less severe. I can remember for the longest time that anytime I would see my ex-husband's name in my email, that it would have an emotional response. It would shudder in some kind of anger or fear response of what was he going to say to me today. And that is an entanglement that I still allowed for years after for him to have that type of emotional control over me. So, you know, that was definitely interfering with my relationship with the love of my life. I ask you this, would you invite someone new into your home? And you're probably saying, no, of course I wouldn't. I wouldn't want someone in my messy house. New without cleaning up your entanglements and eliminating your entanglements is basically inviting someone into your messy house. So I urge you to prepare a fresh, clean space, your beloved. So the seventh thing to know to create true love is an understanding. And that understanding is that desires to be in a loving relationship with a partner, it will be. Now, they say that in order to be able to think about something or to desire something, it already has to be manifested in another life, or not another life, but another realm or of existence. So if it's already manifested, then it can come into your mind as a desire. So that should reinforce that this is going to happen for you, or you wouldn't even be able to think about it to even be able to desire it. And what we tend to do is we fall into scarcity mode. There's no good men out there, or all the women out there are crazy. Scarcity mode. And what happens when we're in scarcity mode is that you settle for something less. You settle for half the enchilada, the other half of the enchilada that you didn't have before. A place where you're not satisfied because it's not what you desired. People say, oh, you're too picky, or you're too choosy. Let me be someone to tell you, you are never too choosy, you're never too picky. You everything you desire, if you have healed and done the work, what you desire in. So what tends to happen is, like I said before, repeated failure, repeated patterns. And this, the divorce rate just goes to prove it. So the divorce rate for first marriages is 41%. Divorce rate for second marriages is 60%. That goes to show that, the reoccurring pattern, leave a relationship, they get into another relationship before they've actually done the healing that's required, and then they fail once again, or they choose the opposite, or they're afraid that they're going to be alone forever, so they choose something less than what they truly desire. And for a short term, it might work, or it might feel better than being alone, but in reality, it just leads to reoccurring patterns and reoccurring failure. So I want you to know that you might need to go on many dates or even have several relationships to learn what needs to be healed before you can attract the one. But you will. You will, if this is your desire, you will find the one. And it might take a while, but I believe and I know with 100% certainty that you will get there. And because if that's your desire, it will be. And know that when your soul is ready, your mate will appear. So there's two ways that you can really go about getting, your soul ready. Is you can go out dates and date, several people that will teach you many lessons. What people tend to do is they'll go out on a date and they'll quickly decide that that's not the right person for them, instead of getting to know someone a little bit better and learning some things about themselves. Have to move to someone else to learn that lesson. So when the lessons have been learned, when the healing has been done, and when your soul is ready, your mate will appear. So you can do that by trial and error, and you'll eventually get there. Or you can take, a more proactive approach with your healing and on doing the healing so that you can get there faster. Because remember, it's not about time, it's about when you're healed. So my question to you today is, are you ready to commit to your healing and invest some time into your healing so that you can get to happily ever after? Are you tired of spending weekends and holidays alone? Are you tired of going on coffee dates with people that are clearly not a match for you? And do you just wish that you could be with the one that you're supposed to be with and start creating your happily ever after with them today? Well, I want to help you get ready, and I want to help you expedite the process there, but I would love to see you get there faster than I did. And that's why I'm really wanting to help you do that. And I can do that in many different ways. But today I want to talk to you about a very special thing, my signature program, Elevate Love, the virtual experience. It's a 4-week program that is starting on November the 14th and will run through to December the 9th. And you don't even have to leave your living room to do this program. It's not like we're meeting at a certain place. We're meeting online. It's virtual. So how it works is on Monday, you'll get emailed content and worksheets in your inbox. And you can do those whenever you have time, whenever you're available, in between your work, in between your activities, in between your kids, whatever is your life situation. I know that you're busy, and that's why I designed this course the way that I did, so that you can fit it in and that you can do the healing and you can move forward even within your busy schedule. So we're going to have a private Facebook community where the group will be in there. There'll be questions that I pose to help, solidify learning. And then I'll be in there doing video coaching segments that really help you with the learning outcomes, that, help you think beyond some of the worksheet stuff that you're working on, so that we can really do as much healing in the 4 weeks as possible. And then obviously there's the support from the community, so that you know that you're not the only one doing this, that the people within this group are really finding true love as well. And then also there's an option for one-on-one coaching at a special price included in this. But there's more. There's also, as a bonus, I'm going to be doing interviews with other love coaches, dating experts, and male experts in the area of dating. You learn from a different angle to get some different insight, and to really make this as a whole of a process as I possibly can. And, there's a lot of programs out there that are similar, and they range from, for this time period with this type of coaching and support, they range from $2,000 to $5,000. But I really wanted this to be an experience that you can afford, so that you really can create the love that you desire. And so compared to $2,000 to $5,000, these prices are insanely great. The program itself is only $197, and that's the gold. Up to platinum, where you get one coaching session as well as the full program. So that's a $50 savings off of the regular coaching price. Full enchilada, which is called Happily Ever After, and that includes 3 coaching sessions with me and the full course, $147, which is a $200 savings off my regular coaching sessions. And if you are in the position of you're ready and you're tired of doing what you've been doing and it hasn't been working, you know that finding true love is really priceless. And I say worth every single penny to experience what I have in my life now. But I have a gift for you, like I mentioned earlier. If you are on this webinar, or you are within the next 48 hours, so that you can register right on November the 8th, you're going to get upgraded from gold to platinum at no extra cost, which means you're going to get the full course plus a one-on-one coaching session with me, where we can really get into your unique situation and really work through some key things, moving you forward to epic love faster than you even can imagine. So that's a value of $100 as my gift to you, because I really do want you to experience epic love in your life. Now, something I should mention, because I know that we have had some men register for this call, is that this program, Elevate Love, the Virtual Experience, is for women only. And that is so that we can, have a safe environment that promotes healing. It's not a dating experience. However, I do also work with men, and men can find me through my website to do one-on-one coaching, or I have a other online program that you can take at any time called Unlocking Love, the short course. So for the men, check that out. So how do you go about registering for the program? Just go to my website, elevatelove.com, and you'll see that along the top there is a tab that says Work With Me. Click on Work With Me. And then the third step is click on Elevate Love, the Virtual Experience, and you'll be at the page where you can click over to register before midnight on November the 8th, so that you can get that extra free upgrade to Platinum at no extra cost to you. Now and do that so that you can be with me for the next, starting November 14th, for the next 4 weeks, so that we can work on creating epic love in your life. I would absolutely love you to be a part of it. And whether you join this experience or not, I want to leave you with this. And I want you to know that without a doubt, that when your soul is ready, your mate will appear. And whether you decide to join this experience, or whether you decide to, figure that out in another way, I truly believe that if your soul desires this, you will. And I'd love to be a part of helping you get ready. But if not, I send you such love and positive intention that happens for you as quickly as possible. So let me go back out of here and back to here. All right, there we go. So I hope that gave you some insight on some of the important things for, finding true love, some things that you can take away from this call and start to work on. And I hope that some of you are really excited about the opportunity to do Elevate Love, the Virtual Experience, and come hang out with me for the next 4 weeks. I would love to interacting with you and helping you achieve the love that you truly desire. So thank you to everyone for attending or watching this playback after. I really appreciate it. Again, my name is Diane Taylor. I'm an intuitive love and relationship coach, and my goal is to help you discover and unlock what's holding you back from the love that you desire. And until we have the opportunity to talk again, I invite you to elevate love in your life. Thank you.